Father fierce. Darrow for the troublesome.
Oh, didn't mean to use that. Freya, do you have any upgrades? Really be better summons. Steel Harmony. Let's say maybe I should actually get XP for her. Switch to this Firefly one. Poison clouds. Increase Bifrost. Increase. Okay. Oh, and I'm getting punched. I didn't know that was happening. Alright. Gonna restart from checkpoint.
Father fierce. Darrow for the troublesome.
Oh, no, but I just missed my axe. Oh my gosh, the timing. Nope.
Darrow for the troublesome. Right side, mother.
Oh, where's QE?
Why did you have to leave me, Atreus? Freya is useless. You send out wolves, and she sends out fireflies.
Darrow for the troublesome.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I hate that. I can parry that and it still hurts me. Nope. Oh, yeah, farts. Nope. Let's say, yeah, even if I parry that, he's able to hit me again.
Well done, Ragnarok.
Have I is near?
I will break you.
Oh, wow, that does so much damage. Alright. Keep staggering them. Even though it didn't that last time, they were hitting me anyways. That's awesome. Yep. I parried right there and got no stagger. Alright, yep. Sometimes Amir staggers, like, I don't understand, it's inconsistent when it staggers people in this game. Like, all the attacks are kind of inconsistent when it comes to staggering on these boss enemies. Sometimes they'll keep hitting me if I use a runic attack or Amir on them, sometimes they'll stop.
Darrow for the troublesome. Getting the roll.
Nope, didn't mean to use that. Yeah,
Right, watch out!
Probably should just concentrate on one of them. Yeah, but so then he gets up in my face. And that hits me from all the way over there. Alright. Ugh.
Oh, that was just a little one.
That was a long one. Let's say it wasn't super loud, but it was
Oh, I couldn't hear them.
a little bit of a build up.
Bid by the fierce. They're all for the troublesome. Behind you!
Alright, and I dodged and that still hits me. Yeah, I'm just restart from checkpoint.
Yeah, we should have that like server like the game, you know? It's not that whoever's hosting has to do it as well.
Bid by the fierce. They're all for the troublesome. Oh, I felt that.
Alright.
What is that thing that you explode?
A what? I don't know. It's like a tombstone
The video
thing that summons them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a tombstone, and you stick this bolt into it.
Oh my god, it's Sword of the Stone!
Bid by
How
the
cute!
fierce. They're all for the troublesome.
Kinda, yeah.
Practically the same thing.
Oh my fuck! I didn't even see her coming. Cool. Just do anything, Freya. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no staggering, and I'm dead. Alright. She hits me twice while I'm doing a move. And I'm dead. Can't commit to doing any damage, just gotta slowly whittle them down and avoid attacks from both sides while Freya just does nothing.
They're all for
An
the
exercise
troublesome.
in patience.
Left side, brother. Oh, I felt that one,
All right.
brother. Watch your step.
Nope. I gotta do this real quick to make myself feel better.
Sometimes you just need a little reset, that's fine.
Anything over here? Oh, it's a new gateway. Okay. I mean, if I beat them, I won't have any need to come back here, hopefully. But why are you stretching so aggressively?
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Oh my gosh, if I can take this. Get out of here.
started to panic a little.
Still not gone. There he goes. Nope, nope. There he goes.
Oh no!
that's the most effective runic. I like using is it Mimir as a laser beam.
I mean, it's pretty sweet.
Getting a little bit involved in the fight, you know, besides giving call-outs. Oh, falling down.
Behind you! Incoming!
Oh my gosh, doesn't even stagger this dude. Come on. I need to take the lizard one off. It's not that oh my god, die already. Oh my, I'm level 6. Okay, almost level 6.
On your right! Flank one!
All of them? Nope, there's none. I missed. Just die, bro. Last one, okay. There we go.
I don't understand why they keep fighting. Can't they sense Odin is dead?
Our soldiers, they will always be loyal to him, alive or dead. It's just a matter of honor.
Yes, they will continue to follow his orders and keep the realms under his thumb.
Not for long, they will.
Alright, got 2 out of 10 Asgard records complete. Any treasure or anything over here? A lore. Okay, and a gravestone. Where's the lore that I'm missing?
Who's using that fire pit?
Somebody's making some soup over here. I don't see any like blue graffiti. Let's look over here. Crawling through the crawl space. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's the same area I was. Why do we do that? Was there any reason to crawl through that tunnel? Like there wasn't. I can't even. Yeah, I was about to say I can't even get over there from this side, can I? Hold on. Okay, there we go. If I lower this, can I get back across? Maybe. Making this hard for myself. Mark it. So the map tells me it's back. There we go. Pack silver, it's not helpful.
What's that?
Wait, what's what? Why are you saying what's that? You said, what's that? Is there floor over here that I missed? Is it crypt? Are you tricking me, Freya? You're messing with me. Nothing over here. Let me look over here real quick. Is it that thing to turn it? Yeah, no. Whatever. Go see if I can beat them now, even though I think I'm gonna start with less health. is not great. Also, may need to go use the bathroom in a minute. Okay, yeah, this is probably not gonna go well since yeah, I'm starting with a little less health than I was before. Yep. Oh gosh. Okay. If I die, I'm not gonna lose that. That has to remain. I just did right.
Still unpleasant. Well done, my shot.
Damn it. Oh my gosh, that is not where you hit the ground. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be gone like less than 5 minutes. Didn't get rid of the... Okay, yeah. Alright. BRB. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Your chat game's still visible on the break screen.
What? Hi, Roscoe. Roscoe, come back.
All right. Maybe I'll try this one more time and then we'll get into the. I don't know. I mean, um, yeah, maybe in the future I'll write down like tier list placement ahead of time, but right now I feel like I can just kind of wing it. Like these ones are shouldn't be too like time consuming or like back and forth compared to the Greek ones.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I already started this stream with tier list in the title, so I might as well just do it in this stream as well. Let's see.
Fills up on
All right, I'll try this one more time, and then we'll get into it. Got a full health bar this time.
Bidvar the fierce, Sorrow for the troublesome.
Where's the other guy? There he is. What? Oh my gosh. That's not what I was trying to do. God damn it. That was on my health.
Sigil arrows won't work on this.
I love it. Freya's telling me sigil arrows won't work on something. I just want you to shoot them, Freya. Oh my god. Oh my god, and the parry does nothing. Might be better to change your sword. I don't know. Bifrost does anything against these guys. Oh, there's one. Come on, come on. Get out of here. Give me that health. Oh my god. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm done. Oh my god, I was so close. Freya, you make me want to break something. Just shouting in the background while she doesn't do anything. Get up, Kratos.
Perfect. She's a supporting... She's a supportive friend, okay? That's what she's doing.
Yep, and that's gonna hit me from across the arena, and I can't get close enough to It's upsetting. I actually killed one of them for once and then still died.
Spit father, here. Start all for the troublesome. Nasty hit.
Yep. And I forgot that it doesn't matter if I parry their attacks because they're just gonna hit me right after anyways. Alright.
Spit father, fierce. Start all for the troublesome.
From behind! Incoming!
Come on. That means ridiculous. Alright, I can't attack him with the axe at all for some reason. Oh my god. Damn it. Oh, yeah, it's gonna hurt. Got locked into that move. Oh my god. Alright.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out, there's a horror movie character that reminds me of that thing with the big, like, bull horns. Not the one you're fighting now, but the other thing wandering around. And I can't think of what it's from. Oh my god, it's gonna haunt me. And I don't know horror movies well enough to be like, oh yeah, it's this. You know?
Can't say it reminds me of any particular movie creature. And that hits me. Come on. Literally teleports behind me and I roll out of the way and he just turns, he pivots without moving his feet. No. Alright, last try and then yeah. I'm not doing this one. Can't be bothered, I don't get anything out of this. Besides some armor that I'm not gonna wear.
Take it off, man. You've got this.
Yeah, there goes half my health. Glad I parried you for nothing.
On your right.
Come on, she's getting close to dying. Oh my god, and I'm waiting for the axe to come back so I die. Yep, that makes sense. I ducked under that swing while backing away, and he just moved forward. Hit me with it. Oh, it's so upsetting. That didn't even feel like I deserved to get hit.
Spitfather fear. Startle for the
That's the last one, and now I'm doing it again. I hate when I feel like I get cheat. I don't even feel like I even deserve to leave that. Instead, telling me behind me, why don't you just like hit them, Freya? Oh, yep, there goes all of my health. Yep.
Spitfather fierce. Startle for the troublesome. Well done, my shadow.
Alright, just grab that health. Jam, I didn't need it, now I'm dead.
Spitfather fierce. Startle for the troublesome.
At least I know where I'm putting the berserkers on the tier list, the very fucking bottom, because these shits suck. Worse than the fucking Valkyries. At least the Valkyries are cool. They're fucking just random dudes just smack me around. Nobody's business.
Where's your fury gone?
Oh my god, I meant to fucking block that. Alright. Didn't even see him. Alright, killing this girl again, and then just gonna kill the He's still got half health somehow, Jesus. Hey, what's up, Ed? You are totally fine. There's no scheduled time for this stream right now. And I'm dead. Yep. Alright. That's enough of these books for now. Yeah, I mean, I've already beaten like half of them, but I'm pissed that I don't have Atreus, because Freya is fucking useless. Her fireflies don't do anything. And her other two runic summons are pretty useless too. I mean, I don't have them, but I guess if I can get XP, I'll use them, but I don't really care enough to finish the Berserkers currently. I'm saying they're not really like, I mean, I think they have like reference, like their names reference maybe people from the myths or like characters from the myths, but I don't think they're actual like characters. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so there might be from like different sagas and stuff. Rolf, Kraki, Berserker, optional boss. But say, are you actually? Are you a real character? I mean, yeah, okay. It seems like okay, they're like mortals, like legendary mortals and kings and stuff. So I guess they're not like totally like just for the game, but they're fantasized and stuff like that. Yeah, the story of King Kraki and his 12 berserkers is a saga. Okay. The invert of the rules, Kraki becomes a villain and the bad guy of the saga. Okay. Interesting. I mean, yeah, they're not terrible boss fights. Obviously, I'm having some trouble with this one, but when it's just one of them, it wasn't too infuriating. Just having to dodge one constantly while the other one's throwing stuff at me. Frustrating. Let's see. I'll put them in. They frustrate me a lot, but they're not like the worst. Rocky's the hero in the saga, and he becomes the villain in the game. Okay. Meanwhile, the original villain becomes the good guy. Okay. All right, Hildisvini. I actually did like him. I like the way they brought him back in this game. You know, I figured he was like, I think actually I already kind of like had heard or seen somewhere that he was like a Vanir god or like being in boar form in Midgard when Atreus shot him. But yeah, I like they brought him back and he was a pretty chill dude. And he went to Hell to try and get. I don't think him and Mimir actually succeeded in it. Like maybe they got some Hell soldiers or Hell army, but he's gonna go in B tier. I think he's a pretty cool dude. Pretty chill guy. Let's look at Hildisvini. I can pull him up in here. The God of War wiki. And just get a little bit of information on them if I want extra. But it's cool concept art. Shapeshifting archery. Okay, they did get Hell's army, but the ship they arrived in gets destroyed by the Bifrost beam. That's why. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Let's say Ragnarok. Yep, and he helped them get Heimdall or Freyr out of there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Hills of Venus gonna go up pretty high. That's not like, let's say, is there like any mythology about him that I'm not aware of? But um, nope, it's a very short Wikipedia entry. Snorri Stolson. Often part of the Poetic Edda. But yeah, he's a chill dude. He can go and be. Ravenkeeper, I'm about to say she is, I haven't actually got to her yet in Ragnarok, but here, let's see if I can pull up her. So yeah, she's like a special revenant. That's why this picture is basically a revenant. A loyal acolyte of Odin, responsible for the creating of the eyes of Odin, who unwillingly acts as Odin's spies throughout the 9 realms. So yeah, I don't think she's really a mythological like thing either. She's kind of just like a game mechanic sort of thing. But I mean, she's cool. And yeah, I'll kind of just group her with the other revenants. Not a horrible enemy. Not great. I'll put her in the same sort of area as Berserkers. Actually, Berserker, you might have to go a little leverage because you pissed me off more than the Raven Keepers and Revenants did. You'll go an E for it for now. F is going to be only for like anyone who's really bad, or story reasons or game reasons. Kelpie, very short appearance, but we liked it. Kelpie is very cool. I might be able to search in the wiki. I don't know if I can. Whatever. Oh wow, yeah, nothing really. A Kelpie, or water Kelpie, are spirits that inhabit locks of Scottish lore. They usually take on the form of a black horse-like creature, which can take on a human form. That'd been kind of weird to see, but I mean, yeah. Actually, leave that tab open. Why am I closing it? Kelpie, you can go. Probably in the same sort of area as the Ravens, like the Ravenkeeper, Revenant. Actually, no, you'll go a little higher. I like the Kelpie more than basic enemies. Like neutral enemies and characters that are cool, characters that were like really interesting and stuff like that. And this will be stuff that are more upsetting and not cool. Yeah, they drown people as well. Okay, that's a little bit of a point down. Yeah.
Have you already gone through to figure out how to pronounce all of these names?
No, I'll probably mispronounce half of them. I mean, they should be like semi-familiar, but
No, that's part of the fun part.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, look up Kelpie Norse mythology and see if there's anything about them drowning people, because maybe we'll get them marked down for that. That's not very nice. Oh yeah, actually I feel like I have heard about that. Yeah, Kelpie appears. The human victims as a gray or white horse entices them to ride on their back and carries them to their watery grave. It's kind of trusting of us to get on its back, yeah. Loki. I say Loki. Supposed to be like, yeah, lock and key. I think is what it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, maybe Kelpie, just for doing that drowning stuff, you'll go down with the Ravenkeeper. You're a cute water horsey, but a little creepy. We don't like that. Okay, Atreus / Loki. He's gotta be in the S tier. Like, he had some emotional moments, but I mean, he's a growing boy. You know, can't really judge him for that. He's trying to figure out his own way and do what's best for him. Yeah, I think he's pretty complex, and when he obviously did make mistakes, but Kratos taught him pretty well to own up to them. And I guess this is more of like game rankings compared to, it'll be mostly game based, and then we'll reference the lore for additional stuff, because yeah, in the mythology, yeah, he's a little bit more of a like a general trickster, cutting off Sif's hair and stuff like that, getting himself in a little bit more trouble. So that might get him marked down if he was mythological. Loki, like, um, yeah, let's see if there's just anything like. There's gonna be a bunch of stuff actually, yeah. Different stories, arrival of Thor, bondage of Loki, yeah. Jackson Crawford has a video in Loki. Very nice. So yeah, he's Utgard Loki. But so yeah, he's probably the most important character in like the Norse mythology in general. Like he starts half the stories, and they revolve around his punishment or his drama. So yeah, he's got to be near the top. If not at the top, the Norns I actually did like them. I think they'll go not as high as Hildisvini, but I think they're going to go higher than the Ravenkeeper and the Kelpie. They didn't really have, a huge role in this game. They weren't, boss fights compared to the fates of Greek mythology, but they were still. It's definitely an interesting cutscene that I'll be rewatching at some point. Let's see. I was trying to remember if there was anything like that I saved to my watch later. Oh, here. What Kratos thinks of his 3 weapons.
No. They are tools for specific tasks. A preference would be meaningless.
I like the axe.
I too like the
I
axe.
appreciate his response, though.
So yeah, I think he's got a lot of one-word responses.
So that's the weapon?
Hey, now finally I can watch videos and stuff like this without worrying about spoilers and stuff.
Father, I wanted to ask you something about your blade.
There are women who shape the fate of men and gods. Yeah, they live under the Yggdrasil root that reaches Midgard, and they reunited around the well of Erd and use it to irrigate the roots.
Throw them
Yeah.
away. I see the way you
Oh yeah, and here's a reference to him
like you're
throwing the blades away and then coming back.
like you hate them.
Even hateful things have their uses. Besides, I tried. They came back.
Yeah, I was just watching a bunch of like shorts earlier. God of one-liners.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Framborg.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
No. Yeah.
Beg
Hit her in the back of the head.
Smartest man alive.
I don't remember that part. That's funny.
Stop whining.
Kratos, tell me of an adversary from your homeland.
There was Medusa,
Right.
queen of the Gorgons. Her gaze
Yeah,
turned
I say I like the
so
Norns. They're pretty interesting. Yeah, I do remember they all had their own names.
against her.
Urd,
You may remove her
Verdandi,
head,
and Skuld.
but that is the hard way.
And yeah, it was cool the way they like
The hard
spoke
way.
in synchronization and stuff.
We purge this garden of poison.
Alright,
Yes.
okay, Mimir.
Again.
The only reason I would get Mimir marked down at all is because yeah, he did help Odin like do bad things, but he spent this whole the story redeeming himself. Skuld considered a Valkyrie because she decides when warriors die. Huh. So she's both a Norn and a Valkyrie. Look at that. Rascal. Let's say Mimir, you've got to go in S2. Maybe, let's say if you can think of any reason to mark him down, Nicole or Ed in chat.
No,
Then we can mark him down.
He's real useful to you and
Yeah,
helpful
Mimir's-
throughout the gameplay.
Mimir's the best, yeah. Let's say, is there Mimir's like, let's say, Mimir best moments. Okay, just have him talking in the background.
Why start with winter?
It's from a song Mother used to sing.
Here, actually, Mimir Tales. There we go, down in the background. Yeah, I was kind of just listening to this the other day while I was doing nerdy stuff. Okay, yeah, he doesn't do too much, yeah. So yeah.
Shall be Ragnarok,
All right.
the twilight of the gods.
But
Beep, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop.
Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom.
All right, Tyr. So
Why would he set the wolves
what's
loose if
unfortunate
he
about this one
fulfills
is
the
that
prophecy?
Precisely the question, lad.
you know the Tyr we knew wasn't really Tyr, so it's hard to rate him that way.
Wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he
Um,
controls the wolves. A battle
but-
fought on his timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
So yeah, maybe me talking at the same time isn't a good idea, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean Tyr, like he was clearly a peaceful war god, but he's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to rate him without like actually knowing him. Yeah, about to say his build up in God of War 2018. Yeah. Yeah, he had a good reputation. We used his his temple and bridge was super useful, and he seemed to have like a plan with like the special eyes thing with Mimir and stuff like that. He clearly communicated with the giants, so he's probably gonna go up here with the Norns. Like he can't be as cool as Hillisvini, like an actual active character who was cool in the story. But you know, he was still solid. We used his temple and stuff. Can't hate on him too much. Peaceful God of War. Heimdall, though, he was a right prick in this game. Not like him. Idris Elba is a much chiller Heimdall, but let's see. Heimdall. Let's see. Should reference like his Norse mythology too. In Norse mythology, possesses Gjallarhorn. Yep. Gold-maned horse, gold topper. Hey, it wasn't a horse. It was like some it was some weird like lion Gunfunder thing or whatever it was called. Has gold teeth. The son of Odin and the nine mothers. Yeah, who may represent personified waves. Yeah, the power's a little weird. Heimdall's possesses foreknowledge, keen eyesight and hearing. Let's say it's not really too much about like backstory. Watching for invaders in the onset of Ragnarok while drinking fine mead in his dwelling. One of Heimdall's titles is Loki's enemy. Well, yeah, that's pretty accurate in this game right from the start. He was out to get Atreus, hanging him off the edge, and yeah, he's constantly he's if Loki's the trickster, then the Watchman's gonna be his biggest enemy. Like makes sense. Heimdall created the social classes. Ooh, well, we don't like that. How did he help create the social classes? Beginning of the rivalry, yeah. So this is his game backstory, okay. Never once touched or harmed thanks to his enhanced senses. Participated in the pacifization, of the rebellion being thrown by the dwarves. Personally branded Durlin. Wow, don't like that. Okay, Gridungur. Yeah, okay, gold apples Gridungur in this one. Not a gold-maned horse. I don't know. He's not. I wouldn't say he's as directly like conniving and as evil as Odin. Where I mean, Odin did have like his intentions. He was trying to figure out what his purpose was and stuff. He was still using everybody around him. Heimdall was just trying to. Durlin is an adaptation of the name Durin, which was one of the first dwarves created by Odin and his brothers, and it's the name of a dwarf in Lord of the Rings. I'm pretty sure. All right, yeah. Not much to say about Heimdall. He's gonna go down here with I think. Well, no, he can go there with Tyr. So he's pretty cool, but he's an asshole. So he's gonna get marked down. So he's not like directly using people. He's still trying to protect Asgard. So all the dwarf names in the Hobbit came from Norse mythology. Okay, that's why they all seem kind of familiar. Hafgufa. But so are these even actually in Norse mythology? I don't remember. I think maybe they were a little bit. Hafgufa. Norse mythology. Let's see. Hafgufa is a legendary massive sea monster order to inhabit Iceland's waters. Yep. Remains stationary when it remains stationary, it was mistaken for an island because they were so large. Okay. It appears in the Snorra Edda. Gandalf is also a dwarf name, but means wand elf. Ah. Let's say, yeah, I'll probably be on a bit of a Lord of the Rings, you know, what's it called? Can't think of the word. Game of Thrones kind of kick after this when I play like Elden Ring and stuff. So fantasy and stuff like that is also a big like of mine. Let's see. Yeah, so they do appear like I don't think they appear as jellyfish in the original sagas. They're just described as sea monsters, which fed on whales' ships. So they were large. They lived underwater. Let's say weird snout. So yeah, they took their own interpretation with the game. Feeding manner of the Hafgufa. The fish would belch and it would expel so much food that it would attract all the nearby fish. And then once the large number crowded into its mouth and belly, it would close its mouth and devour them all at once. Hooey. Yeah, the sea monsters in Norse mythology are quite vague. Yeah, I'd say everything in Norse mythology is pretty vague, but yeah. They definitely were wary of the ocean. Why do I keep closing that tab? Just keep it open because I'm going to keep using it. All right. Hafgufa, I like them a lot in the game, though. So you're going to go up here with Hillisvini. They were very pretty. I enjoyed those missions a lot. There's not much negative to say about it. All they do is make them better in the game. So not much to mark them down for. Needhog. I was kind of sad about having to kill her. We're kind of just going to group in like the leaned worms with her because they're like her babies. But like the Bifrost dragons that protect the world tree. Let's do a little bit of Wikipedia reference on Needhog. Needhogger, they're at an R in the. There's a lot of old like R's at the end of things in actual Old Norse. The dragon who gnaws at the root of the world tree. Needhog actually harms the world tree in the myth. Oh, not so nice. They made her a little more protective. Let's see, implying the loss. Oh wait, need was a term for a social stigma, implying the loss of honor and the status of a villain. Oh, okay, yeah. Thus, its name might refer to its role as a horrific monster and its action in chewing the corpses of the inhabitants of Nastrand. What is Nastrand? A place in hell where Needhogger lives. Okay. And chews on corpses. So it's not just in like, the space world tree area like it was in the game, but it was more in Helheim, yeah. Okay. Yeah. You typed that as I was reading it, yep. Alright, so they made her a little more not compassionate, but likable in the game. Might be a little more directly evil in mythology. We'll get you down here with Iron Dome tier. You're kind of in the middle. You're cool, little evil, kind of just in the middle. Nothing to dislike or to like too much. I'm about to say she's not as cool as a Hafgufa, but she's not as bad as. Actually, you know what? You can go down with the Kelpie. We'll go down there because you're a cool creature, but you drown people sometimes and you gnaw at the world tree, so you both have your downsides. Freyr, let's see, you probably got a lot about you in the myths. I'm not even gonna bother googling that. There's so much about. Well, we'll do a quick look, but yeah, there's just so much about Freyr in the myths being like. He's one of the more important ones. Nastrand is in Helheim. It's an internal torture for oath breakers, murderers, and traitors, and those who cheat on their wives. Oof. Poison drips from the ceiling. The walls are made of snake spines, and it's full of alive snakes as well. Freyr's statue always show him with a boner. Ah, yeah, I feel like I actually have heard something about that. Yeah, he's a very sexual god. And yeah, he had a thing with Freya in the mythology, so that's a big ew. That's gonna get him marked down. Loses his final battle with Surtur because he didn't have his sword that he needed, even though he did have it in the game and still lost, unfortunately. He could be worse. Like, he's not like directly evil. I think he wants to help people. Most renowned, the Aesir. Yeah, the gods caught Freyr and Freya in the bed together. Yeah. Yikes. Ingvi Freyr. Associated with Sweden, seen as ancestor of Swedish royal house. Skaldic poetry. Shutting my headphones off because I'm not listening to anything really. Nice computer. Let's see, a bunch of different old poems and saga references. Crop fertility, pleasure, and royalty. Yeah, let's say he's associated with good things, but he might not be the most pure god, so we're probably gonna put him in the same sort of place as Heimdall. Not necessarily horrible, but you got some stuff to work on. Odin, okay. Damn, we might have a lot of people is kind of stuck in the middle because I liked Odin too, but yeah, he's got issues. This using people and
Yeah, you don't say.
yeah. Let's see. Well, it's just like yeah, in the story in the mythology, yeah, he gave his sword to one of his servants, so the servant could go to a Jotun woman and bully her into marry him. Oh, well, that's not very nice for you. You're gonna get marked down for that too a little bit. But let's see. Odin. Myth and history. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to look at that. Let's see. Let's actually just look at the God of War. We can see what it has to say about him. Yeah, he's very complicated in the myth. He's oftentimes portrayed as, protagonist sort of character going on his quest for knowledge and like, being willing to hang himself for knowledge and sacrifice his eye and stuff like that, which, is cool and stuff. But yeah, then he's also like literally when you Google him, it says crimes, abuse, usurpation, blackmail. So not a very good way to start. Your problem. You don't need to go out of the room right now. You're fine. Allfather, yeah, about to say he kind of takes credit for things that he probably shouldn't either.
What do you even know of
Oh,
God?
that's cool. I can listen to a quote from the game.
In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed?
Just says
to
evil
you?
doer over his name.
Can you even imagine that kind of love? No. You don't
Tricked
care
Naaman into
about
killing
mortals.
themselves with sickles. Yeah, but I remember
You
that
don't
one.
care
Yeah,
about anything beyond
he's
yourself.
traveling
Beyond a
Midgard as
monster who kills without
just
cause.
like a wanderer, an old
You
man,
fear what you can
and
never even hope to understand.
these guys like wanted this whetstone that he showed them.
Wonder.
To make their blade super sharp. He was like, no, you can't have
Is
it.
there no rush to come back to you?
And they were gonna like beat him up for it, so he just throws it up in the air, and they all jump at it and like stab themselves with it. It might be a different tale than the one you're referencing, Ed, but yeah, it's very willy-nilly with killing people sometimes. I mean, let's see, past. Descendant of primordial Jotun Ymir. It's that one, yeah. Meta poetry, yeah. When he was looking for Kvasirs, the people who killed Kvasir. Yeah. So yeah, he slayed Ymir. Yeah, and created, Midgard or whatever from his. Yeah. Hold on. When he slayed Ymir, this unknowingly created the Eldritch reality terror, which caught the curiosity of Odin. Oh, okay, so that's where it came from. Okay. Pretty much the Grim Reaper in the myth, yeah. Harvest souls, warriors take to them to Valhalla, the more the better, yeah. Uses the Valkyries, but sometimes he does himself, yeah. Picking out his warriors for Ragnarok and stuff like that. So even in death, yeah, he wants to use people. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing getting like picked to go to, the big mead hall and drink and party and fight until Ragnarok. But yeah, it's definitely just using people. He's extremely powerful. Wait, Odin is extremely paranoid toward anything that he considered a threat to his rule. To the Aesir, similar to Zeus in the original trilogy, this included the Jotnar, the Vanir, and even his own son Tyr. Mimir also stated that Odin was extremely clever, though almost as clever as Odin almost as clever as Odin believes himself to be, and he was able to figure out that Kratos and Atreus had an important role in the upcoming Ragnarok. Okay, yeah, possibly due to the prophecy of Groa, but then he got tricked by her. So, yeah, he's not unable to feel compassion and love for others, though. He gives a sword to a guy. Sword is magical, so the guy can't lose any battles. So once the guy proves his valor, Odin shows up in disguise and breaks his sword with a spear. Kills himself and takes him to Valhalla. Kills him, yeah. Huh. I mean, it's kind of like, oh no, Hercules like got tricked, not really tricked, but killed, and then the gods are like, all right, you're willing to die, and you made up for your stuff, so you can come be a god. That's kind of similar. Yeah, Odin, you gotta go. I don't know. Yeah, he might just be in this sort of area too, just like,
Big decisions.
yeah, things can get moved around later. But he does contribute to, you know, the creation of everything and stuff like that. And he's got cool abilities, and he's, you know, you can't really blame him for wanting to figure out what his purpose is, but you know, the way he goes about it is not okay. So that's gonna get a mark down. Odin's death, yeah. You know, the way he got so much by Sindri was a little underwhelming too. I could have done with a more dramatic death. Yeah. All right. Freya. Say she's probably gonna be up here. Like, this is just kind of an instinct move. Probably A or B. Like, she's not gonna be perfect. Like, or not perfect, but you know, goats like Mimir, Atreus, and Kratos isn't on this list, but Kratos would be up there too. But I mean, she seems like a king who wanted to bury his son. Odin showed up as a ferryman, said he could carry the king and his son's body across the river, but said he could only transport one at a time. The king allowed Odin to take the boy's body. The boat disappeared into thin air, and the king never saw his son's body again. Well, interesting. Why did he take the body? Took him to Valhalla. Yeah, I guess then he just had to. The dude just had to trust Odin or whatever. Weird. Let's say let's look at Freya on the God of War wiki as well as her history. But okay, there's like, yeah, heroes wiki. Weird. Okay. There's her as Valkyrie. Cool. Yeah, and she was able to see through her pain. Like, Kratos wasn't the one who needed to die. I think in the mythology she might have been a little more. I mean, she should have been upset with Loki, you know, tricking Hod into killing her son or whatever. But yeah, I mean, she often was just used as like a bargaining chip and stuff without her choice. So don't love that for her. Let's see, Norse mythology, goddess, the wife of Odin. Yeah, aside from the thing with her brother, yeah, let's say that's the only thing I don't like about her. Yeah, pretty chill. Always desired by Jotnar and dwarves. Yeah, she's supposed to be beautiful and also like a symbol of sex and fertility. So she's not afraid of, you know, going around and giving it out a little bit. You know, giving love to everybody. The Odin, I'm sure, doesn't love that. Balder's not fairest son of the myth, but let's say it's kind of, yeah, it's a little confusing with Frigg and Freya. They kind of did this the thing in the game where they just combined them into one. Roscoe, stop it. We're not playing right now, dude. Stop it. No bite. No, I don't want your paw either. All right. Let's say, yeah, they kind of implied that Frigg was like a pet name, and Freya was like her Vanir title. The golden necklace she wears in the game, yeah. And the myth she gets about having sex with 4 dwarfs 4 dwarfs for 4 knights. I didn't know that was the full details, but yeah, I didn't know she had like a special necklace. Brising, I don't remember what it's called, Brisingar or something. Not gonna try and spell it. Never mind. What if I type in? Oh, started a new window with Twitter. Hold on. Freya's, yeah, Brisingamen. There we go. Now I don't have to type it. Brisingamen. Yeah, but oh, and it's right here. Yep. And but yeah, it allowed her to like see across the realms and stuff. Okay, let's move on. She's pretty cool. We're gonna put her in the A tier. She gets marked down for having incestuous stuff with her brother, but you know, there was less options. Standards were different back then. Other than that, she kind of deals with what she was dealt pretty well, and she has good growth in this series, and they don't have, you know, that kind of relationship in this series, so we can overlook it a little bit. She also chooses half the warriors to go to Valhalla, yeah, and she was like queen of the Valkyrie. Yeah, she's a pretty badass character. Thor. Okay, Thor, I think is also probably gonna go either A or B. You guys can kind of help me decide, but I mean, he was a really conflicted character. Like, he clearly was upset about the death of his sons, but also was not the best father, and you know, put Modi in that state of near death when Atreus killed him. So that gets him marked down, but it's a very complex version that they went with, very lore accurate, and I like the acting a lot too. I wish I got to play as him. My only complaint. The myth Thor doesn't cause Jotnar genocide for fun. He only kills giants who harm humans and gods or magic. Yeah, but so he's definitely known for killing a lot of giants in the myths too. But yeah, it's they fear his hammer, but I don't think he necessarily goes out of his way to kill them as much. And he might not be, you know, the kindest guy, but he still like wants to protect people and the Aesir and stuff like that. So he's trying his best to be a hero and live up to the reputation that walks ahead of him. So I think Thor is pretty good. I think I like him at A with Freya. Ratatoskr, I like that they brought him in instead of just being a summon. He was really cute and nice to meet. I'm probably just gonna put him because I don't think he has a huge part in the mythology. Probably just gonna put him in the same sort of spot with Hildisvini, Ratatoskr, or yeah, and the half Gufa. Cool characters that may not play a huge role in the mythology, but were upgraded and a good addition to the game. I'll say let's do a little. I'm not gonna be able to spell Ratatoskr. Yeah, complete it for me, Google. Bitter squirrel, arrogant squirrel, anxious and perfectionist squirrel. Oh, I want to meet those other squirrels. About to say, I don't know if I've met perfectionist and arrogant yet. Might have to go back and meet them. Ratatoskr is a messenger, but yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that from my book over there. Yeah, he gossips and sometimes lies between Needhog and the eagle at the top of Yggdrasil. The book said there was like 2 birds at the top of the tree too, which was confusing to me. There's like an eagle and like a falcon or something, but I don't remember. The 2 keep insulting each other, and this girl transmits it between the 2. Yeah, so I like that about him too, just being a gossip girl in the mythology, mending the tree and being a gossiper. And yeah, he's just a cute little addition to the game. I like his outfit and accent and the personality scrolls. So yeah, he can go in spot B. Let's look at the. Hold on, reopen the tabs. Stags. God of War Ragnarok. But I'll say I haven't done this side mission yet, so I can't really. Okay, yeah, there's a eagle at the top of the tree and the eagle sitting on the hawk's, or a hawk sitting on the eagle's head. Sorry. All kinds of birds. Stag for all seasons. Okay, so what even is this side mission? Yeah, okay, we just have to go around and find these lowy deer. And they give us items. I figured I'd add them on here because they probably play a role in the mythology a little bit. You mentioned them. Like, what if I do like stags of seasons in Norse mythology? Not stages. Oh yeah, they were in the leaves of Aegis. That's true. Okay, yeah. 4 stags or hearts, male red deer, eat among the branches of the world tree. Okay. According to the Poetic Edda, stags crane their necks upward to chomp on their branches, and the morning dew gathers on their horns and forms the rivers of the world. Okay. So kind of just a symbol of nature, maybe the cycle of nature and stuff like that, and seasons. So they're kind of just a symbol of nature and the seasons, stuff like that. So you can't really mark them down or up or anything. They're kind of just going to be in the middle. I mean, no, but I can't. Let's see. Odin, you might be more negative. Here, actually, Odin, you might have to go down there. Berserkers. No, we'll go there. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little rearranging. Let's see. Heimdall, you were kind of an asshole. You're gonna go down to D. Kelpie, yeah, your QP drum people, you can stay there. Norns, stay there. Stop shutting off headphones. I know I'm not listening to anything besides Nicole every like 30 seconds, but still. I should play some music or something so my headphones don't shut off. Alright. Theories that represent the seasons, the 4 elements, phases of the moon, the 4 winds. Yeah, like the direction, like north, south, east, and west, stuff like that. Yeah, cool. I like them. Lingbacher. I actually did not even, I didn't see this coming at all, but I liked that part of the Barthelheim, the giant whale. Name of a massive whale-like sea monster reported in the Orvar Odd saga who have existed in the Greenland Sea. Would bait seafarers by posing as a heather-covered island, then when a crew landed on its back, he sank into the sea, drowning the crew. Well, that's not great. It was a nicer thing in the game, and it got abused by the Aesir. I'll let you out in the middle of in a minute. Orvar Odd Saga. Okay, it's like Orvar Ard's what's a legendary hero. Okay, gotcha. His crew. Sailing Vikings. Cool. Yeah, I was say Lingbacher. Probably gonna go up to Hafgufa too, cause no worries, Ed. I mean, it's just a cool animal that they, further developed. They didn't really have that much detail in the lore, besides being a whale-like creature with an island on its back. So they were like, what would the Aesir do with that? Oh, they'd probably use its oil and then stop using it and just not care about it. So I like the way they did. They used it as a metaphor for people and our consumption of stuff too. So yeah, Lingbacher is gonna go and B. Surtur. His interpretation actually surprised me too, just considering how like we've seen him portrayed as in the Thor movie and stuff recently. He was very much just like a chill dude, Think of Surtur as the angry fire giant who's gonna destroy Asgard, but then he was just like, I'd rather not. My girl probably would die if that happens, and I don't really wanna, but I guess. Let's see. He's a Jotun, a fire Jotun. Let's see. Foretold as being a major figure in the major events of Ragnarok. Can't speak English. Carrying his bright sword, he will go into battle against the Aesir, and he will battle the god Freyr, and afterwards the flames that he will bring forth will engulf the earth. Really, his only thing is, he's just the one who brings destruction to Asgard. Prose Edda, Poetic Edda, theories. Yeah. Like a reference to the volcanic nature, like, the resetting of things. Theorized the figure of Surtur was inspired by Icelandic eruptions, and that he was a volcano demon. Place names, modern influence. Yeah, okay, let's look at him in. Nah, actually, I think I don't need to look at him in the God of War wiki. I think we can just rate him from there. Please. I think he's probably gonna. I don't think I liked him as he didn't have a huge role, and like he lost control once he turned into Ragnarok, and he didn't have to combine with his girlfriend. So it was a little like weird. It felt a little rushed with his part, but he wasn't. He was kind of a cool part. So I'm gonna put him in here, just kind of like meh. Like I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like as uh much of a wow as like these characters being brought back or developed or whatever. Um, my boy Bear. Yeah, he's not a mythological character, but he had to be on the list. We're gonna put him up here for making that fire ass music. Goes in S tier. Lady of the Forge. I was like, I don't know if she's actually inspired by anything.
Is his music one of the ones that got your video muted?
Yes, it is. It's probably both the songs, I think. Where, I mean, he made the whole soundtrack, but yeah,
Mm.
it was
Oh.
probably so loud and distinct in those parts that they were like, no, 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 you can't do that. It's like, it's not my fault. It's the credits of the game, and it's a funeral scene. Okay, the music has to be
Good.
loud. Not my fault. No one's talking. Hey, stop it. Yeah. One of them was Blood Upon the Snow with Hosier, and then the other one was just like the theme, I think, when Kratos was looking at the back of the mural after Atreus left and people were like worshiping him. All right, let's see if the Lady of the Forge is actually a thing in mythology at all. I don't really think she is. Mermaids are aquatic creatures. See, you're reading the prose edit right now. Hell yeah! It says there's a tree in front of Valhalla called Glacier, and it has red gold leaves. That's pretty. So yeah, you should look up Valhalla in Assassin's Creed Valhalla when you get a chance. I remember being kind of confused when I was playing through it the first time because yeah, you kind of like the assassin you're playing as the Viking character. He's got like the connection to Odin. He doesn't really understand it, but like he wakes up in Valhalla and yeah, he's like walking around talking to like these Vikings who are like drunk and fighting each other. And then he's like, where are we? And then they run out in the field and just start like fighting and killing each other. And then it like restarts like 2 or 3 times. And I was like, what am I tripping? What is happening? But now it was just like the cycle. Okay, the Lady of the Forge is a reference to Excalibur. Okay. Let's say mermaids, aquatic creatures that have the head and upper body. If Roscoe, do not pull that controller down or I'll beat you. The hero gets the sword from a mermaid or some water spirit. Oh, okay. Wasn't Excalibur pulled from a stone? Can you back the fuck up, dude? I really don't want your head in my lap. It's fine. I'm okay. Perilous storms, floods, shipwrecks, and drownings. Be benevolent. Yeah, let's say. Doesn't really say anything about her mythology. But and she was helpful. She's kind of just gonna be here. And the same as Surtur, and it's like she was cool, but just kind of like they're kind of there. Sindri. Sindri slash Eitri. Okay. So yeah, in the mythology, Eitri, the game Sindri. But yeah, just want to search him up. Sindri Norse mythology. You thought she was gonna be Ron personification of the sea. I saw people like theorizing what kind of mermaid or whatever she was gonna be, and I was like, huh, I didn't realize mermaids were really a thing in Norse mythology, but she was kind of more of an original thing, part of the dwarf culture. Sindri is a dwarf in the prose edda, yeah. The names of the dwarves are not given in 3 other main manuscripts. Okay. Rocker and Sindri, yeah. He helps someone defeat an enemy. Hey, look at that. Oh, he got taken prisoner though? We don't like that. Okay. But yeah, Sindri in the game had a hell of an arc. He was my favorite of the dwarfs the whole time, and then he let us stay in his house, and he became a badass when his brother died. I don't have any real complaints about him. He might be able to go in the A tier. Like he was a bit of a unforgiving dude when it came to, Atreus getting fooled by Odin and stuff like that, but yeah, just for that, just so we can't have too many people in S tier, we'll have him in A tier, just because yeah, it really wasn't Atreus' fault. Like everybody thought it was Tyr, and no one made Brock get so close that he got stabbed by Odin. So blaming that on them, not really fair on Sindri's part, but other than that, he was a dub throughout the game, and I love his sense of humor and cleanliness prior to his brother's death. All right, Hraesvelgr. Let's see, is Hraesvelgr even actually a thing in mythology? Let's see. Hraesvelgr, the giant bird that was in hell. Portrayed as an eagle-shaped originator of the wind. Okay. Is Hraesvelgr the eagle that's supposed to be at the top of the world's tree? And they just had him in hell in this game instead? Maybe that's what they're suggesting. I was say it says he, but I feel like in the game it was she. God of War. Corpse swallower who sits at heaven's end, a giant in the shape of an eagle, from his wing come the window on people. So yeah, it is, yeah. The one we were talking about who would have the falcon on his head. Yeah, we did see him in the first game too. Okay. Yeah. It isn't clear, but that's kind of what what it seems like. Heaven's End. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different one of the top of the world tree. Two different giant eagles, but ooh, that's cool concept art. Giant dead bird. Ooh, someone's got a chest tattoo. What? Wait. No, it is a tattoo. Okay.
Those pictures look dope.
So this is Herev's tattoo. Okay. But yeah, no, the gallery they have on here is on the God of War wiki is cool, and I like looking at concept art for games. All right. I think we can go in the. I don't think well, yeah, no, we'll put you here. You didn't have as much as a role as Ratatoskr or the Lingbacher, but I enjoyed, so I'll still leave it up there.
What's
Stag of the season
interesting is that in this, it skews a little more positive, like higher tiers for people you've ranked so far, compared to the Greek one. I feel like more of those were just complete scumbags and ranked really lowly.
Yeah, a lot of the Greek gods were rapists and stuff, so it was pretty hard to rank them highly. They're definitely, assholes in the Norse mythology, but it's more just Thor being a drunk dude, and then babies and stuff getting sacrificed to him, but he can't really control that. I mean, there probably were messed up stories like that too, but this wasn't, people just weren't able to keep keep track of Norse mythology the same way because it wasn't tracked as like it's documented as well. All right.
Sure.
Skull and hot tea. Let's say we got all the wolves right here, except for I think Garm is later. Skull and hot tea. Thor never got that drunk in any of the stories I read so far. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, he is violent. He's violent and not necessarily smart, but he's not none of the stories I read, he was never outright evil. Like he threatened Loki, because he cut his wife's hair and stuff like that, and he might have been, not the best father and stuff like that. But yeah, I think Thor pretty good. Yeah, pretty heroic. I like Thor a lot. Yeah, I've grown to appreciate the actual mythological one compared to the comic book one too. But all right, Skull and hot tea. Let's see. They chase the sun and the moon, big wolves. Not really that much like in the game. Like we went and found them. Take 2 children as child slaves. Yeah, that's not great. Did my headphones die again? No, why didn't I hear you there? Wait. Talk again.
No, I was muted.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. What was I say? They're born in Ironwood in the myth. Okay. Interesting. They might have even been wolves that what's it called? Angerboda and Loki helped at some point. But so yeah, there's not much like nothing really was changed about them, but I still like them. So I'm kind of just gonna go right there. Specky and Svana, cute doggies. I don't think they're really a thing. They're not a thing, but we'll type them in anyways. Svana, see there.
No, Q Dog's S tier. You ranked them wrong.
Hold on. I'll say yeah, they don't have any references on mythology. Like, where do the names come from? And some unknown point from Winter and Midgard, Kratos and Atreus encountered the Coal Raiders. Yeah, and they were notorious for hunting and eating wolves, and we saved them. Yep. Came across Specky and Svana, presumably when they were young, and rescued them from the clutches of the Raiders. Atreus named them. Kratos' objection. Sled was built and the wolves were tethered to it to pull it, which made transport in the hostile terrain of Frozen Lake of the Nine significantly easier. Yeah, okay.
S tier. Don't even second guess it. S tier.
Yeah, they're just good girls. Yeah, they don't do anything wrong. Even if they aren't in the myths, they're perfect. S tier, there you go. Good girls. Yeah, and Fenrir. I was surprised when he died off early in the story. I was like, oh, he has such a large part in like Ragnarok and the myths, being like the one who literally eats Odin and stuff like that. The giantess in Ironwood who breeds many giants. A wolf, yeah. The 2 wolves descend from this lineage. Okay. Hati is said to be Fenrir's son. Okay. So that would mean that so Skull is presumably Hati's brother. Which means that they're Loki's grandchildren then. So yeah. That makes sense that in the game universe they would be kind of like raised by them from the Ironwoods or whatever. That's why they got bigger. And maybe they get giant souls at some point. And the time is all messed up. Cause yeah, I sent you that there was a shorts thing. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't watch all those links you sent yet.
Okay, here we go.
Spoilers ahead if you haven't finished God of War Ragnarok. Thor knocks Jormungandr into the past, thus creating a time loop. And some seem to believe Jormungandr is doomed to relive the same events over and over again. But this isn't the case. This chart explains the time loop, but it doesn't mean Jormungandr is stuck in it, because old Jormungandr and young Jormungandr are 2 separate Jormungandrs. Old Jormungandr had already been flung into the past, which is the present where the game takes place. And now he's just living out the rest of his life, while young Jormungandr is created by Atreus and Angerboda, fights Thor, then is flung into the past before he was ever
yeah, so he
created.
grows
So
to
it's
that
not
side and then
one
gets sent back
experiencing the
right
time
away.
loop over
Alright.
and over. It's infinite Jormungandrs experiencing it once in their lives. But this is interesting because it creates a time paradox. Jormungandr only exists because Atreus helped create him in Ironwood. Yet Atreus only went to Ironwood because Jormungandr told him about it. So it's pretty interesting to think about.
Looper. Yeah. I was a little confused about Mimir's or Jormungandr's whole like story, but
It is said that when Jormungandr
yeah, so they battle at Ragnarok.
battle at Ragnarok, their clash so violently shakes the tree of life that it splinters. casting
Shakes the tree of
serpent
life so
backwards
violently
in
that it
time,
splinters.
even before his own birth.
What?
That is madness.
Sends him back before his own birth. Okay.
That may not be our biggest problem right now.
Get back to your sister. You must hold back Ragnarok.
Interesting.
It is said that when Jormungandr and Thor
Yeah, that's true. How does Mimir hear that? Mimir just knows things. All right, that's his thing.
Mimir knows everything.
He's just got
Omnipresent.
He's got the ears. Odin just came up and sat there and gossiped to him at the tree sometimes. You know, he needs someone to talk to. Hati is said to make the sky go dark and fill the clouds with stain Asgard building with the blood of humans he kills. Well, that's not great. But I mean, yeah, the wolves are kind of, you know, evil and scary in the myths. But Fenrir, yeah, but say he's gonna go in S tier as well. He was perfect in the game. Perfect good boy, got put in a giant body and then just helped us. In the myth, he's a little more maybe on the like neutral side. Like, he wants to be super strong and impressive, so he like, gets tricked into putting the chains on and stuff, and he's able to talk, and then yeah, he does end up eating Odin. So a little bit, and the guy like Loki rides him in a battle and stuff like that. So it could be a little evil, but wolves in Norse mythology are seen as a force of chaos and savagery. Yeah, sometimes when they call someone or thing a wolf, it's another word for monster. Yeah. Hey, we like wolves in this house, though. I don't know where it is, but I have a bracelet that literally has a wolf thing on it because the money went to like support preservation and stuff like that. We got it like aquarium in Tennessee. All right, Laufey slash Faye. Yeah, I definitely didn't when I first played through 2018 God of War. I did not put it together. I was playing the whole way through. I was playing, thinking like, who is this Atreus kid? Like, why are we here? Why do they care about us? And then once they're like, he's Loki, and I was like, wait. Oh, and then I did like some googling and realized that Laufey isn't typically a dude frost giant, like he is in Marvel Comics. I think the name literally means like like needle thin or something. Yeah, or null. Their name. Doesn't show up in the myths. She's only mentioned by name, said to be Loki's mother. Yeah, she doesn't really have a huge role. She's already her part's already done. Yeah, means thin. So yeah, it's kind of implied that she is a woman, and he's just Laufey's son. So, yeah, they just fleshed her out and gave her more of a personality and allowed her to motivate Kratos. I love the actress. I should figure out who she is. Hold on. Iron Page, Daredevil. Daredevil Anvil. Okay, what is she in? True Blood, Escape Room, God of War. Let's see. Nothing really besides Daredevil and True Blood and okay. Quantum Leap. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a series I saw. Okay, yeah, not too much, but Daredevil is very good. Y'all should watch that. Okay. She's gonna go here because yeah, they fleshed her out and made her more of an interesting, relatable character. All right, let's move a little quicker. Noken. But say, are you actually real? Let's do a quick Google. Or not real, but would you actually have a reference? Show me the wiki. Here we go. Norse Scout. What? I can't even find the Noken and yeah, whatever. I don't think they're. What if I look up Noken Norse mythology? Horse or water fairy? Okay. Nixie. Okay, yeah, that's what they're talking about. Yeah. Variety of names. All right. Yeah, did not like them in the game. Nordic countries. If a person brought the Nook a treat of 3 drops of blood, a black animal, and some Scandinavian vodka, he would teach his enchanting form of music. Yeah, what it does depends on where it's. Yeah, seems like they did kind of take that interpretation into the game, like the enchanting like sound sort of thing, like a fairy thing, because it would make like noises to make the other enemies stronger. So they did kind of take that aspect of it. A fairy water demon thing. Did not like them. Go into horse form too? Whoa. They're a little simpler in the game, Nokins, but in the mythology, you're kind of cool actually, but you're creepy. Probably gonna go there. But say Skull and Hati, you can go up there. You're not as lame as Nokin and other. Let's see. Actually, a little bit of rearranging. All right. All right. Because yeah, these are forces of nature. These are gods who are kind of going out of their way to be evil. Okay. Ancients. Let's say, are ancients really a thing? Just an enemy that the game needed. No, I'm not trying to look up ancient Norse mythology. Sorry, ancients. No, it's just yeah. But say it's just gonna give me. It's not gonna be a type of thing. Let's see. Ancients, God of War wiki. Yeah, they're made up. I figured. It sounds like a not a real thing. Yeah, powers and abilities. There's no mythology section at all. Okay. Yeah, they're not hard to beat either once you figure out how to beat them. So I'm gonna put them pretty low down. They're gonna go with the Nokins. Let's see, are you any of your cooler monsters? Needhog, actually, you were kind of cool and sympathetic, so you can go up here with Skull and Hati in them. I'm actually gonna move Kreisfelger down because you could have been more interesting and you weren't that interesting. Okay. Wolvers. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know you. I know. Why do you want to go in the middle room? No one's here. Mythology. Fake myth. Yeah, okay. I'm about to say werewolf kind of thing. But yeah, you did talk about werewolves, I think, previously. Shetland Islands off the coast of Scotland. In history, the wolver kept to itself and was not aggressive if left in peace, which is ironic considering it is an enemy in game, yeah. Like most werewolves, the wolver is not a shapeshifter and is not, nor was it ever a human being. It appears to be an immortal spirit. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. They kind of just decided to make it a monster in the game. I'll give them the points for that. It'll be higher than the ancients since they made it something like a little more than it was in the myth, and the myth is just kind of not even actually a thing. Huntresses. So yeah, this it looks like there's a lot left, but there's like 12 of them that are doubled up. Let's see, and yeah, some of these are gonna get a little quicker. About to say, I don't think huntresses are really, yeah, they're made up. I was thinking they were, because it's like centaurs that were women with like deer antlers and stuff. Let's see what it says on the God of War wiki. Hold on, because it said they were like they worship a certain kind of like spirit or something. Huntress. Yep, stalker. Okay, sorry. A stalker is what they were called. Centaur like. Gotcha. Sorry, I picked the Huntress as a specific one of them. I mislabeled her too. Centaur like hybrid creatures with antlers, half human, half deer. Say Norse mythology. Stalkers don't appear to exist in Norse myth, although they could closely resemble the legendary character Whoa, not even gonna be able to pronounce that. What is that? El Grofrodi. Voice crack. Get your paw off my desk. Who do you think you are? Half man, half elk brother of the hero Bodvar Bjarki. Yeah, so made up. Full creation though. I had a good time fighting them. They're fast, and the execution or the finisher when you stab them with their own bow is pretty badass. But I'll go down here. Not overall that interesting. Same as the Nokin sort of thing. Burzgara. Ugh. Let's see. Are Grims or Burzgara? Let's see. Grim. No, let's say orc-like creature. Let's see. Yeah, these are very short entries. I'm assuming you were just some kind of cave creatures made up. Grim and Bergs. How the fuck did it spell it? Bergsra. Okay. Oh wait, there actually is a little bit of Norse mythology here. The Bergshroud, known as, oh boy, Bergakungen, Mountain King, Berga Trollet, Mountain Troll in Scandinavian, is a Scandinavian folklore, in Scandinavian folklore as Mountain Ra, was a mythological creature that appeared in Norse mythology, in which it could be masculine or feminine. Okay, yeah, because there were Bergshroud mothers that shot out the little wretches, hated those things. Lived in the mountains with a quarter of relatives and sometimes surrounded by trolls. Okay, so while the Grimms seem to appear entirely made up of little goblin things, Bergshroud were actually mythological. So give them extra points for adding those and making them a little extra interesting. Grimms, though, you're gonna go down here. Piss me off and you're fake. Get out of here. Going F tier. Getting no points. All right. Light elves versus dark elves. This is kind of an interesting one. Yeah, I would say I know troll is like a generic term for like monsters and creatures that are just ugly. Yeah. Trolls and ogres. All right. Light elves versus dark elves. Let's get a little bit of a reminder of what each one was fighting for. Light elves were trying to. Troll only became his own creature post Viking Age. Yeah, it's kind of become part of our like fantasy, like pop culture knowledge. Like dwarves and stuff weren't, and elves weren't really as clearly defined back then either. But now we imagine short people with beards and tall, like taller people, pale people with pointy ears and stuff. All right. So in Norse mythology, their counterparts, the contrasting types of elves in Norse mythology, they live underground. Oh, sorry, the dark elves live underground, are shown to live in a cosmic world of Alzheimer. Yeah, okay. I'll say, tell me what their conflict was again, so I can choose which side I wanted to support. Let's see. When Freyr returned and convinced the light elves formed a truce with the dark elves, and they both joined to fight Kratos and allies. So that's a dub on their part for both of them there. Yeah, about to say, yeah, dark elf and dwarves, yeah, were commonly synonymous in the myths, partly due to like translation and partly due to like the Aesir. Like in the game, they kind of explain it as the Aesir being not able to like judge people, like being able to tell other races apart because they're so stupid. The light elves want to use it. The lights become stronger, while the dark elves want to use it because it's made of the souls. Yeah, so the light was from coming from the pool of souls or whatever. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, come stronger. They were using for like their weapons and like their building and stuff like that. And incredible. So yeah, it seems like the lights were the ones abusing nature and stuff like that. So yeah, I think light elves have to get marked down. They actually piss me off too. So yeah, they might have to go with Odin and Heimdall for being annoying. They're not as frustrating to fight as the Grimms or Berserkers. Well, I guess the Grimms weren't that frustrating, but they're not real. So they're just gonna get put in F tier for being annoying and fake. Berserkers piss me off because they're just annoying to fight 2-on-1 when the people do nothing. Light elves, yeah, bad motivations. Dark elves, you can go. You can go C tier. Let's say you weren't really like they weren't vital characters. I mean, there was like those two. They were part of Freyr's crew or whatever. And they were cool, but overall, I wouldn't say any of the elves had like a huge impact. But the dark elves are definitely on the correct side of that conflict. All right, Hellwalkers, just like zombie hell creatures. I don't think they're gonna have any real reference. Let's see. Ugh, my head itchy. Hellwalker, God of War. Types of Hellwalkers, but yeah, it's nothing in Norse mythology. It's just types. All right. They were originally supposed to be regular Norse warriors, in which they would be regular mates, but eventually they were replaced by Hellwalkers. Yeah, let's see. Regular human warriors can only be fought once in the 2018 game. Yeah, it's just that one scene where you have to fight them and they get blood on Atreus, and he's like, close your heart to it. Okay. Yeah, there's zombies, undeads, slightly different than Draugrs, so we're like their own like monster. They weren't people. All walkers were people. So it's kind of a general, which means walk in Aptranga. Okay. We'll put them in C. They gave them like points. They made them a little more interesting. They're not like. Actually, no, I can go the same place as the Huntress because they're both made up, but they're both kind of cool enemies, so I think that's fair. Whereas Kelpie's real, but gets marked down for drowning people, and then Noken real, marked down for being annoying in the game. Someone died with their eyes open or sitting in a chair inside their home, they would become undead. Oh, so yeah, you have to make sure you died right. No worries. No pressure, just don't die wrong. Gradungur. Is that even a thing in the mythology? Because it seemed like Heimdall would have been writing one in mythology if it was one. They go around killing people, scaring animals, shaped into animals, and use magic to change their size. Okay. Gradungur. That's a specific enemy. Can I see, like, there we go. The general, yeah. The only way to kill them for good is to burn them and throw the ashes into the ocean. Okay, I'll remember that next time I run into a Hell Walker. I'll remember to burn it. Okay, so yeah, Gradungur is a lion-like creature native to Asgard, but is not mentioned. I would say that English is not right. The Gradungur itself doesn't mentioned. Oh boy, and they didn't spell mentioned right. So this was a rushed page of the wiki, but yeah, it does not appear. They considered equivalent monstrous beasts. Equivalent of monstrous beasts like Sphinx, Morpheus beast, Nemean lion. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just the Norse version they decided to make. All right. I mean, I enjoyed fighting the Gradungurs. They're kind of fun, but like, meh. Yeah, they can go in the same places. Like the ancients made up kind of cool enemies, but not that challenging. Wyverns. Okay. I know these were real things. Yeah. Small dragons. Logo. Yeah, let's see. Logos and mascots all part of like, yeah, flags and banners and stuff like that. Yeah. Family crests. Distinction from other dragons in English, Scottish, and Irish heraldry. Key difference has been Wyvern has 2 legs where other dragons have 4. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a dragon without front legs, and yeah, they had them be kind of more bird-like in this game to give them a even more further distinction, which makes sense. They probably would have more bird-like mannerisms compared to the like a lizard-like mannerisms of a 4-legged dragon. You would assume if they were built that way, maybe kind of like a bat-like. Ugh, throwback to that vampire bat video. Did not like that. Okay. Wyvern. Let's see. I don't know actually. I think you can go right there. But say I didn't really. They kind of were just there. Like I fought only like 1 or 2 of them, and they weren't really that intimidating. But Gulons, but say I think these are gonna end up in probably B tier because I like them getting to ride with them. Gulon. Norse mythology. Are these actually a thing at all? Okay. Scandinavian legend, also known as Jerf, resembles hodgepodge of various animals, usually described as being the size and shape of a dog, with some cat-like features such as a head, ears, and claws. Supposedly had a thick coat of shaggy brown fur and a tail resembling that of a fox. The Gulon is notorious as a symbol of gluttony because of its strange eating habits it was supposed to have. Huh. It will make a kill, then gorge itself until it is swollen and unable to eat more. At which point, it finds 2 more trees and squeezes between them, pushing the meat through its body before, return the kill and repeat the process. Gross. Don't like that. It's probably a Wolverine based on the traits. Oh, okay. We like Wolverines. Yeah, and I like being able to ride around with them. So yeah, they're gonna go in B tier. Hello?
Let me in.
Oh, you're outside the door? Yeah, hold on. B. If you wanted to take a pee since you still have a coat on, you could do that. Went outside not crazy long ago, and you guys went there. All right. Let's see. Nightmare is actually a thing in Mythology at all. They weren't really significant in the game either. I liked grabbing them and throwing them at people, but they weren't really a challenge or anything. Norse Mythology. Yeah, Nightmare is made up. Sounds like, let's say, a pretty general enemy. All right, yeah. See, they can go in the same sort of place as. They're not as bad as the Grim. Grim's just annoying me with their weird hit patterns and stuff like that and being fake. So that's why they're down there. But Huntresses and Hellwalkers are fake and they're kind of cool, so that's why they're there. Maybe since you're just kind of neutral and you're fake, you should be right there. That math works out. Magni. I think Magni actually had a pretty significant role, like, in the mythology. Yeah, both Magni and Modi survive Ragnarok in the mythology. Yeah, I remember that. And inherit their father's hammer, Mjolnir. So it took a different route in the games. 3-year-old Magni is said to be the only Aesir god strong enough to lift the Jotun Hrungnir's leg off the ground. Huh. The word for his strength, Hrungnir's horse, Golfaxi, is gifted to. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. The podcast I listened to had their version of Ragnarok did have Magni surviving the end of it. It didn't have. Maybe it had Modi. I don't remember it, but Magni was a part of it. And yeah, he was definitely more intimidating and threatening than his brother in the first one. Pretty strong dude. Yeah, gotta lift the legs off your dad. He's stuck. That's funny. All right. Yeah, Magni could be worse, but he was a bit of a prick, so he's probably gonna go. Like, he's not as cool as Hildisvini, but I think he's cooler than these guys. So I think I might move Surtur up here too, because I kind of liked his neutral. Well, no, yeah, I'm gonna put Surtur there. I liked his neutrality and like his desire to protect his love, like even though his sole purpose is supposed to be to destroy the world. Magni was voiced by Troy Baker. I don't know. Maybe it was. God of War 2018 cast. I mean, Troy Baker does, like every other character, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, there you go. He did. Yeah, Magni was Troy Baker. He didn't have too many lines, anyways. He got killed by Kratos pretty early on. Wait, who played Modi? Rock, Sindri. Additional voices, additional voices, additional voices. Boo! Oh, Modi, there we go. Oh, Noah North, there we go. Nice. That's funny. Noah North and Troy Baker are like the two two of the biggest voice actors in the video game industry. I know, Roscoe, it's crazy. All right, Balder. I mean, he definitely was, used by Odin, and like a hound or whatever after us. Groan, groan or frown. I have no idea, but say equally likely.
One guess left.
Let's see. Balder actually was pretty chill in the myth. I remember reading about him. He didn't like Freya slash Frigg like bragged about his beauty and stuff like that and wanted to protect him. But like overall, I don't think he was that problematic. Pretty boy with a tragic ending, son of Odin Frigg killed by Loki. Yeah, killed by his own brother by accident. This one down here, Hoder. Yeah, I mean, kind of just a sad story. I like his tattoos and stuff in the game too. I think you can go. I'd actually probably go in B because I think they made him a little more like even if he's not, a good guy in the game, they made him a little more like you can understand his motivation. You can't if he can't feel anything, then you would be a little, you would be upset at the woman who did that to you, his mom. So it changed the direction of the drama, but I think they made him a little more interesting as a character, as opposed to just being perfectly pretty and hurtable or whatever.
Do the next one. I really need you to pick groan or frown.
Just go with groan.
Okay.
Let's say I don't think wretches are real. It's wretches. Norse mythology. Cursed wretch. No, let's say someone referred to Freyr as a wretch, but that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're real. Cursed wretch, yeah. Oh wait, wretches were a thing back in the Ghost of Sparta game. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, made up. Okay, yeah. Let's see, stop typing that. We don't need the national anthem in here. All right. I say they're kind of fun to smush in my hand though, so maybe I won't put them down. I'll put them with the nightmares. Yeah, I would say they're fake, but they're not as interesting as like the Huntress or the Hellwalkers, because there's various types of Hellwalkers. But it was fun to smush the wretches in my hand sometimes once I grabbed them. Emir. So I put him on here because everything like starts with him, but he doesn't really have any role in the game. I feel like I have to just put him at C because he's like such an important. Like everything starts with him. Everything comes from him, the giants and everything. But like, he didn't really have a role, so he just kind of died, and that started everything. No offense, Emir. I mean, chill guy, hanging out with a cow at the beginning of time or whatever. Valkyries, just in general. Although they did piss me off, they eventually became my allies. To create one must first destroy. Yeah. I don't know actually where I want to put Valkyries. Let's see. They might just have to go in this middle sort of area because I mean the middle is probably going to be the most populated area anyways, as it should be on most tier lists. But they They don't have wings yet, but so yeah, you said that they had their cloaks or capes made of feathers and chainmail armor and helmets and stuff like that. Yeah, hit that bell curve. Yeah, I think it's probably a good spot because they were frustrating to beat, but once like I figured them out, they weren't that hard, and like having them as shield maidens on my side and stuff, and seeing like all their individual stories and stuff like that, and like knowing their people who get chosen and stuff like that, I think it makes them a little more interesting than basic villains and stuff like that. All right, so these are both kind of like troll characters, but Matungur Helson was the one that we had to journey into Hell Hill and get his heart. Let's say he's the one who guards the bridge keeper. There we go. Yeah. He doesn't appear. Yeah. Let's see. He's just in the game. He's not in the myth at all. Okay. Oh, okay. In the lore, Madodgor. Yeah, it's a female giant. Yep, there you go. Part of the bridge of the dam. So different interpretation. Might get them marked down actually for not going with for just going with a sort of basic troll rather than a female giant and standing there watching the gates of hell. That might actually get them marked down. So maybe I'll put that one in the D category. Trolls though, like in general the boss fights were fun. And I mean yeah, trolls are just like it's just kind of a general term for big, like strong cave dwelling monsters and stuff. Norse mythology. Nordic literature, music from the Romantic era and onwards has adapted trolls in various manners. They can be depicted as ugly, slow-witted, behave like human beings. Meaning of the word troll is unknown. Defined as natural beings and all-purpose worldly beings. Trolls are said to dwell in isolated mountains, rocks, caves, sometimes living together. They are rarely described as friendly or helpful, and they are mostly considered dangerous threats to humans. Yeah, Scandinavian mythology trolls are described as extremely old, very strong, but slow and dim-witted, and they are at times man-eaters and will turn to stone upon making contact with sunlight, like the ones in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, so they're kind of just might just have to go with the middle area, kind of the neutral zone, not good or bad. Modi. All right. Let's see, what can we learn about Modi real quick from the God of War wiki? No mentions of Modi's mother mythology. Oh yeah. Few survivors from Ragnarok, yeah, inherit his hammer. In the series, he's the son of Thor and Sif. Yeah, inherits the hammer with Magni. Magni would be regarded as Thor's favorite, while Modi would simply be regarded as nothing more than Thor's second son and Magni's brother alone. So, Modi was treated a little more than a lesser son by his father. Unfortunate. Thor blamed me, yeah. Yeah. He definitely had issues. Like he wanted Atreus and stuff like that when he was near death, so he kind of asked for it. And I won't say he's as cool or as intimidating as Magni, but yeah, I think it's fair to put him in the category right underneath Magni. Magni is a little more. He's stronger, more well known. So I mean, unfortunate that we're putting Modi below Magni just like everybody else, but I guess that's kind of where he fits in. He doesn't really contribute anything. Besides Atreus realizing that killing people isn't good. Hugin and Munin. Let's see. Is there a specific origin for Hugin and Munin? Like, hold on. Go ahead and make them. I don't remember. I know they stand for thought and. You know, this is the God of War wiki. Just show me Norse mythology. I want to know if they came from somewhere specific. There are ravens that fly all over the world, Midgard, giving information to the god Odin. He fears they may not return from their daily flights. Huh. Yeah, he's called the Raven God due to his association with Hugin and Munin. Doesn't really say where they came from. And sends them flying every morning. At evening, they land on his shoulders and talk about what they saw. Yeah, constantly giving him information and keeping him up to date. Almost near omnipotence, I guess. Interpretations. Nothing too interesting. Just people talking about wider Raven symbolism. Send his thought and mind. Yeah, okay, that's what they stand for. His ability to send his thought and mind. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was just wondering if they were like people that he chose to like trap as ravens or something. That doesn't seem that way. Just kind of ravens he created to be his President Obama drones or whatever. I like them though, and the fact that one of them stuck around. So actually, they might even get marked up to like. Yeah, I actually feel kind of comfortable putting them there because Munin or whatever was still like just hanging out in the background, just like after Atreus survived Ragnarok, he was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Munin or Hugin?" I don't remember which one it was. He fears Munin will not return. It's poetic. He doesn't want to grow old and lose his memory. Oh, that is a good, yeah. Yeah, I like the message of Hugin and Munin too. Yeah, thought in mind, memory. Let's turn off again. All right, the World Serpent. Jormi, we all like Jormungandr. And while he appears to be the villain in the story, he's on our side in the game. It was cool to see him like be like sort of born, like when Loki gave him his soul too. It's like, yeah, once I saw them putting the soul into the giant snake, I was like, wait, that's Jormungandr. And then he crawled away and I was like, oh, maybe we're not going to see too much of him anymore. And then, yeah, Angerboda just said he was getting bigger and he somehow found his way. I guess I think in the story it said he swims in the ocean. Yeah, he's thrown into the ocean by Odin himself, and he may have just found a way to swim from Jotunheim to Asgard or something. But yeah, he's one of the better characters. Oops, sorry, Andvari didn't mean to move yet. World Serpent. He's definitely gonna be one of the better characters too. I think I might actually have to put him up here with like.
So is that where like the idea for the basilisk with the Horcrux came in? Do you think? Do you think that's where it's derived from?
What do you mean?
In Harry Potter, how the basilisk has a Horcrux in it.
But what would that have to do with it? I mean, it's a giant snake, but what does a Horcrux have to do with it?
But adding the soul to it?
Oh, I mean, no. In the legend, the soul, adding a soul isn't really part of it. I mean, it just is implied that Loki can just have crazy monster babies.
Not a direct correlation, but do you think that's where she got it from?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean her, J.K. Rowling? I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the basilisk is like a thing. I was about to say the basilisk is a figure throughout different like legends, but yeah, it's typically not a giant snake. I don't think it's like a chicken snake thing in some stories. Thor has 3 encounters with it, and the final one being in Ragnarok, where both kill each other. Yeah, he kills it and then is subdued by the poison. I don't have Andvari on here. Let's see. Andvari, the dude that got stuck in the ring. Let's review what his story was. Andvari. Dwarf who lives underneath the waterfall and has the power to change himself into a pike. Get at will. Okay. Has a magical ring, which helped him become wealthy. So yeah, they kind of just put him in the ring, but Not really a significant character in the story, just a dwarf. Yeah, okay. On Var, you can just kind of be. I mean, like, you made him a little more interesting, but like, he's still just a ring dwarf character. Dreki, water dragons. Curse the ring, so now it brings misery and death to those who hold it, and that's and that's where Tolkien got inspiration to create the ring. Very nice. Maybe we'll give him extra points for that, just for having that sort of that connection. We'll give it an extra point. Is that a Dreki reference to a real thing, or are they a game thing? It's just another word for dragon. Yeah. Crocodilian-like monsters native to Svartalheim. Entomology, there's no such creature in Norse mythology. Okay. It's just another word for drake, water drakes. I mean, I liked them, and there was like the sand drakes too. Those are fun boss fights. I'll put those in C. Like, they were cool. They didn't have any like story or anything to them, but I like big lizards. Thrude. I don't need to Google her. I know what she was about. Thorin's sis daughter. She actually, yeah, well, let's see what her role is in mythology. Let's say I don't think she has that big of a role. How you're supposed to spell it? Anglanize is Thrude is the daughter of major god Thor and Sif. It's also named one of the Valkyries who serve ale to the Einherjar. Oh, nice. It may or may not be the same figure. Okay. Yeah, okay. Not too much. Just mentioned as Thor's daughter. Yep, in the Marvel Comics universe too. Alright. Yeah. Not too much to it. But they did a good job bringing her and making her a cool character in the game. The dwarf wanted to marry her and Thor turned him into stone. Well, yikes. Shouldn't have said that in front of Thor. Yeah, we'll put her in B. She's not like crazy, like impactful in the story, but they made her interesting. So I'm gonna put her up there with Faye and them. Alright. Sif. I think it's a pretty easy one. I think she can go in the same area because she actually surprised me at first. Like, I thought she was gonna be pretty like I'll do a quick Google just to see what her Norse mythology like depth is, but I don't think she has too much like story besides like her hair getting cut off and like yeah, her hair is shorn by Loki. It's associated with wheat gold and marriage. Yeah, long golden hair. Beowulf. Hair is wheat and potential cognates. Yeah, I think they did a good job with her in the game, though. I wasn't sure at first because, yeah, she seemed like she might just be overprotective. Like, no, my daughter can't be a warrior. But no, she actually ended up supporting her and, like, encouraging her to fight against Odin. And she just didn't trust Loki, as she probably shouldn't have, because Loki was associated with Kratos, who killed her son. So, can't blame her for that. So yeah, I think she deserves a B spot. She may not have been as interesting or as conflicted as being like as controlled as much as Thor, but she still is like an interesting and good character. Helka, she's a chubby cute doggy who just wanted her ball, so she's gonna go in S tier. Let's see. The story where Odin says Sif cheated on Thor, and another where Loki says he begged him. Or she begged him to join her in bed, so Loki cucked Thor. I say Loki could definitely lie about that too, though. I guess if Odin knew, then it might be true. And I mean, Loki's supposed to be a good-looking guy, so okay. So we're not talking about Tom Hiddleston. Lunda, but I doubt she's real, but we'll do a quick Google. see. I don't think there are any, like, yeah, let's see. Any female dwarves. I think she's going to be a totally original creation. Lunda, God of War. There's a guy named Uller who's referred to as Thor's stepson, son of Sif. And God of War Ragnarok. Let's say it's probably an original creation. Yeah, personality. Close friend of Brock's up front with her emotions, bluntly flirting with Kratos and Freya alike with no shame. I didn't realize she hit on Freya too. That's funny. Hell yeah, girl. I mean, for that we'll give her points, but she's yeah, not real or anything. She can just go in. Let's say original but cool. Here we go. Yeah, we'll put her in the Huntress Hellwalker area. Original but cool. Brock, oh, legend. I think he's got to go with Sindri. Like they both had vital roles throughout both the games, and his gruff personality did take some getting used to, but had a good sense of humor, and he ended up dying because his instincts protected us. So yeah, he a little more of a direct asshole in the myths. We'll do a little mythology reference. Brock, Norse mythology. He was more aggressive towards Loki. He wanted to sew his lips shut and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's when they were forging Mjolnir, and Loki was biting at their eyes and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. He kind of asked for it. Yeah, he's like, how can I trick people into making extra weapons when I don't really need them to? Ah, well, I'll just bet they can make better weapons, and then bet my head on it. Oops, looks like I lost the bet. Let's say Phantoms. I doubt you were real, but I figured I'd put you on here just because you were a cool addition. I like the combat design for the Phantoms. Let's see, yeah, that just says Draugr. That's not what I care about. Flame Phantom. Let's say, yeah, just a type of Phantom. Okay. Another way to describe ghost. Yeah, just a type of ghost. I mean, yeah, I'll give them marks because yeah, it's another original character that I enjoy, so it'll go in the D area. Draugr. So a bunch of different kinds of these, and they are actually in Norse myth. And I think that did make them pretty interesting overall, like with all the different kinds. I'll put them in C tier because they're just a consistent like monster throughout Norse mythology. Let's do a quick Draugr Norse mythology, like quick look. Like I mean, there's stories like yeah, undead creatures from Scandinavia saga literature, folk tales. A type of vampire. Interesting. Corporeal ghost. Shape-shifting, other magical abilities. I don't think whites are in Norse mythology either. Yeah, let's say yeah. They're undead creatures, but yeah, I don't think they're like vampires at all. Yeah. The curse can be spread, yeah. Alright. Wait, Vetir? What are Vetir? Are these actually somewhat similar to what we're looking at? Let's see. I'm looking at whites. The most supernatural beings. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Land, spirit, any creature. Chthonic, guardians of specific grounds such as wild places and farms. Like prankster things. Interesting. That's it. I don't really see any reference to like. Here, wait. Here we go. Hey, is there anything about Norse mythology here? They are part of J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle Earth. Doesn't look like there's any sort of reference to. There's a connection to Draugrs. Generic term for all beings and non-beings. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, just basically a specific kind of or general name for a ghost. Same with sort of phantoms. But they weren't as interesting as phantoms though, so I'll just put them down here with the wretches and nightmares. All right, Garm. So Garm is in Norse mythology. Yeah, Garmr can have a huge role, but he's just the Hound of Hell. Yeah, this dogger wolf associated with Hell in Ragnarok. Describes a bloodstained guardian of Hell's Gate. Okay, nothing too much. Assumed to be, sometimes assumed to be identical to Fenrir. Okay, yeah. So look, they didn't even stretch it that far. Some people were already assuming that they were giant undead wolves of similar appearance. Or maybe it's just because, yeah, it's talking about a giant wolf dog in the poem, but still. Then the dog Garmr be loosed, which is bound. Okay, that's a lot of weird reading. Blah blah blah. Do battle with Tyr. Yeah, he kills Tyr. Yeah. Ready to fight Tyr and Ragnarok and both kill each other. If only Tyr had actually been in this game, then we might have been able to see that, but they went a different route. And it's fine, because then we get to see cute little giant Fenrir. Garm. I think they actually did more fleshing out than I was expecting with Garm, so I'm actually going to put him up in the sea area. Okay, yeah. So there's a theory that Fenrir, Garm, Skull, and Hatir were all the same wolf character in a distant past. Okay, that kind of makes sense. You can only have so many giant wolves. I mean, Skull and Hati, you only need one of them at a time to chase the wolf away and chase the sun away, so... and then Garm and Fenrir are both kind of associate with the end of the world. All right, Angerboda. Yeah, so we know she has like little to no part in the mythology besides being the mother of Loki's monstrous children. But the way they characterized her in the game was awesome. She's got to go up to probably S tier too, because I mean she's funny. She helped raise animals. She helped take care of them. Yeah, she fought. She went against her quote unquote like destiny or prophecy to stay involved and help them win it. And she was helping take care of Fenrir and helped him like open the portals and stuff like that. So there's a poem when Skull it says when the skull will swallow the sun, but then another says Fenrir will do that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it can get hard with translation and all those big giant dogs too, just to assume which one's which when you're reading it and they're not putting the name all the time. All right. Ingrid. Let's say she's Freyr's sentient sword, but is she having any reference? It's not the sword itself doesn't have a name. It is only referred to as the sword of Freyr in mythology. Okay. Sword belonging to Freyr, a Norse god associated with sunshine, summer, fair weather, is depicted one as the few weapons capable of fighting Odin or fighting on its own. Sorry. During Ragnarok, since Freyr gave up his sword to Skirnir for the hand, of that giant to Skirdir, he will be defeated and killed by the hand of Surtur. Don't give your weapon away. Skirnir was like the ward of Ingrid's a generic female name. Okay, so yeah, they just gave it a generic female name. Odin made it up on the spot. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, I wonder if Freyr even named it. Or if Odin just did that to get points with Loki. I mean, I liked her though. She was helpful sometimes, so she can go in the D area. Actually, no, she can go in C area because she is a part of the mythology. But they gave her a name. They leveled her out a little more. They made her a little more real, a little more fleshed out. Oh yeah, you're right. I do remember him saying that. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, he really just made that shit up on the spot. All right, yep. And here we go. Here are the duplicates. Skip all these ones and go to Traveler. Travelers, they were just mortals, right? Let me not do a quick Google. Traveler. I mean, they were just kind of tough enemies, so I figured I'd throw them on here, but I don't think they're anything like special. Powerful warriors, acting as mini bosses, former traveler. Oh yeah, Burger was one of them, yeah. Allied of Freyr. So maybe it's just like yeah, there's mortals who like work hard enough to become like really powerful multi-realm warriors. I mean, respect to them for that, but Mother never mentioned the travelers. I hope we don't have to fight many of them. Maybe she didn't know that much about them. The zealous worshippers who follow the path of mysterious warriors code that promises glorious fortune and enlightenment awaiting them in Jotunheim. In Jotunheim? Huh. I would have thought they were fighting for like Valhalla or whatever. Okay, the path is simply an invention of Odin's in order to trick a large number of warriors into finding a way into the home of the giants. Okay. So he was just trying to get them to help him intentionally. Alright. Traveler. Man. Not necessarily directly evil, but pretty lame. I'm actually gonna bring Matugar Helsed down there. Just kind of a little funny because he's real and not that cool. Okay. I think Traveler can stay there. That's probably fine. That's worms. Okay, these are part of Norse mythology. Hold on. Soul worm. Mythology. Yeah, in Alpine folklore, the Tatzelworm or stolen worm is a lizard-like creature, often described as having the face of a cat with a serpent-like body, with 4 short legs or 2 forelegs. Yeah. Venomous, attack with poisonous breath, to make high-pitched hissing sounds. Yeah. I listened to like a little podcast, like the Parcast series or whatever, has like a mythological monsters series as well, where they just do like little mini stories on like different mythological monsters, like Basilisk and stuff like that too. But I mean, Tetzel they weren't like that annoying to fight, and they seemed like kind of cool creatures. I don't hate them. I like that they put them in the game. Interesting fight class of enemy. Burrowing cat creatures with poison. I think it's pretty original. Cooler than some of the Greek monsters. I'll put it up here with. Let's see, real and handled well. Now, yeah, here we go. I'll go in here with Ingrid. Yeah. All right, and then yeah, here come the ones that I just kind of added on last second earlier, as part of the rating system. Because I feel like we could have a couple more like generic ones, but Leviathan Axe obviously is in mythology. But if we're rating the weapons, I think. Put it with Faye. Let's say, yeah, it's not perfect. It's slow, but I think it. I would say literally put it next to her because that makes sense. Slow. It does heavy damage on one person though, and got good range. So yeah, going near. We didn't really see that was Odin's spear. Don't really care about it. Doesn't really useful. Don't know why I put it on here. I can go down there with him. Drop near. I actually enjoyed the what they did with it, like making it more than just a ring. I like that change. It gave you the Spartan spear for Kratos. So actually, I might even put that just for the creativity. I might put it next to Brock, for his creation and the creativity. They decided to go that route with it, the spear route. Because I would not. I mean, it was cool that they gave him a duplicating ring, but I didn't realize I had no. Like I didn't think they would do that in the game. So props to them. Mjolnir though. I think it probably goes in the same place as Leviathan Axe, just because they seemed pretty equal the whole time. Like, I mean, it killed Kratos quote unquote at the beginning of the game, but then he was able to take hits from it at the end, and yeah, I mean, the frozen lightning was cool. Headphones showing up again. All right, yeah, no, I mean, it's for the story about Mjolnir's creation. Yeah, but say the story of how he got the hammer is cool, like why the handle is short and stuff like that. It's not the perfect weapon, even though it's seen that way in a lot of ways. It has issues that make it unique. But yeah, it's really powerful. Okay, Adumla, the cow at the beginning of. I'm about to say, I think she kind of has to go with Ymir if I can. No, it's not gonna work. Damn it. Magni, go down here. Here we go. Because, you know, she didn't really have a role in the game either, kind of like Ymir, but she was referenced, kind of like, you know, him and all the drawings and stuff like that. There was a giant skeleton of her. Honestly, it's kind of hard to wrap that into the game logic and stuff like that. A giant cow being the start of the universe and stuff like that, but I like the reference, and I like the uniqueness of their creation story, so she can go pretty high up there. Various Norse dragons that we fought, like Fafnir and all the other ones, like Baldur's dragon and stuff like that. I mean, they're pretty cool. I like fighting dragons, and they weren't in the Greek game, so I figured I'd incorporate them here. I don't know. They could have been more. I mean, no, I think that they're okay with them. Like each of the dragons have their own unique like take on them, like appearance too. So I think they can go up in the C tier. Why did I put Forseti on here? I know nothing about him. Let's see. This is when Cameron gets to the point where he just starts adding things for no reason. But Forseti, what you said he was the son of Heimdall or something? Norse mythology. That's his name was mentioned, so I guess that's why I put him on here. Like, you know, what's her face? Sif said. Sometimes they have short legs. Okay, so they took some liberties by making them more four-legged and stuff like that. Forseti is the son of Balder with the goddess Nanna. Okay, yeah, Balder, not. I don't know why I thought Heimdall. God of the reasons. Okay. Old Norse. What? Yeah. Let's say. Why did I even put him on here? It's really not important. Lives in a shiny palace where he can solve any dispute the gods have. Okay, yeah. So he's just like their judge. Judge Judy of the Aesir gods or whatever. Solving their conflicts. The Dr. Phil. I mean, it's not the worst thing. He didn't actually make an appearance or anything, so I kind of just put him on here for shits and giggles. Yeah, I guess these are more like names that appeared in the game and stuff that didn't really, you know, okay. Forseti, let's see. You've got kind of a cool job, but you didn't appear in the game at all, so you can just go down there. You were just mentioned, name dropped. It would have been cool to see you actually do something, but I mean, didn't get a chance to. Hod literally doesn't do anything. He just gets tricked into killing. Like, he's just a blind god who gets tricked by Loki into killing his brother. Yeah, the blind god associated with night and darkness. The son of the principal god Odin and his wife Frigg is tricked by the evil fire god Loki into killing his brother Balder. And then I think he later got killed by, yeah, son of Odin, grew to adulthood within a day and slew Hodor. So, a great life for Hodor. Pretty tragic. Yeah. Born with the sole purpose of avenging Balder, yeah. Unfortunate for Hod. Kind of just an L all around for him, but he's not evil, so yeah, maybe the no, but you can both go in this tier, actually. Neither of you are important. Also, Valley grew up in a single day and washed his teeth and never combed his hair until Hodor was dead. Ew. I mean, I guess it only took a day, but still. Okay, Idun, this is the goddess of youth, whose apples we were collecting throughout the whole game. Her apples keep all the goddesses alive, so she's actually the gods alive, so she's actually pretty important. This image is like her getting kidnapped by a god transformed into an eagle or falcon, whatever. I think Loki like tricked her. He got like threatened and into it, but he had to like trick her away and then help get her back or whatever. It was a long story. Let's see. Abduction. Yeah. Whatever that giant's name is in the form of an eagle, it abducts Iduna from the woods, bearing her off to his home, causes the gods to grow old, and they realize Loki is responsible for his disappearance. Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting story. Loki having to deal with what he started. And I enjoy collecting her apples and stuff. It would have been cool to see her actually show up, but she can just go right in the middle. Yep, and then Hel didn't actually make an appearance, but obviously she is an important figure. I think she can just go in the same sort of spot as those two. Important, but not appearing in the games. Oh, the giant that kidnapped Iduna is one of the marbles that Atreus reads. Okay. I was supposed to say, there's not too many giant names they can pull out, but that wouldn't be a very nice guy to bring back, Atreus. All right. Now you just got 4 races, and then we're done. Gotta figure out where these fit. The Aesir, probably are gonna go. Let's put them in the same place as Odin. Like, they're not totally, like, they did provide some good things, but yeah, mostly just manipulating and controlling other realms. Vanir, more connected to nature, more, well, let's see. See, I like the dwarves. The dwarves are going pretty high up on the tier list in terms of the races. Yeah, let's say war and magic. Vanir about fertility and farm stuff. So yeah, Vanir are definitely a little bit more on the good morality side. They can go up here and probably the same sort of spot as the dwarves, because the dwarves were just magic and building stuff and intangibles and stuff like that. Like, I feel like they were just always helping. They weren't like, manipulating people or anything like that, like the gods were, but maybe they didn't have the chance to. Rhea is more special because she brought fortune-telling prophecy magic to the Aesir. Oh, okay. Yeah, she shared the Vanir magic with the Aesir. All right, and then where do we think the giants go? Let's see. I think the giants might go kind of in the middle, like here. Go giants here, dwarves here, Vanir up there, Aesir down here. Yeah, how about to say there's definitely some bad giants, but they're not like all bad. So I can't put them lower than the Aesir because the Aesir largely encourage war and stuff. All of them want to destroy the gods and humanity. So yeah, that is a little bit of generalization probably, but yeah, they are the bringers of Ragnarok and stuff like that. They work with Loki to bring the end of the world. But all right, I think we're pretty much wrapped up with our tier list here. Coming up on the 3-hour mark for the stream. Any characters that we can think of to mention? Yeah, but yeah, I will save it. So I have to title it again. Seriously. Save. Download image. There we go. I have to rename it. Got my. I don't know if I actually will save the image or not, just because I deleted the Greek one, but I have. It saves them on here anyways when you create the tier list. All right. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. Atreus, Loki, Mimir, Rabe, Specky, Svanna, Fenrir, and Helga. That's my S tier. Did Helga do anything really to deserve to be there? No. Is she gonna be there anyways? Yes. Wrinkle, little chunk. And the what Kratos let out when he was worried about her ball. Hold on. We'll end the stream if that brings.
Tell me about the camp dog.
Lord Freyr found her half dead in the jungle. She probably escaped the Blothunder breeding farm north of here. We all told her
Bloodhound.
she was beyond saving. But he never gave up.
Oh, she carries tools too.
Healed and hasn't left us since.
She's a sweet girl.
She's pure of heart. Believes in your goodness, even if you don't.
Aw. Yeah, where's the toy? Here we go.
What is it?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time tinkering up and down the river delta.
Okay, here's her
Once
giving the mission, okay.
Armageddon Town, I lit out of there faster than a tat.
And here's him getting the toy, maybe.
Looks like more of Lunda's old armor.
Oh, where's it? There it is.
Lunda's orb.
Be cautious.
Mysterious orb.
We know not what it does.
You really think
I was
she'd
so
send us to get the
curious what it
bloody
might
thing
be.
if it was going to kill us? Let's just take it back to her. It's all right?
I don't need to see the armor, just show me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Elf has been itching to get her ball back all dang winter. It's her favorite toy.
What?
Now, if you could find the rest of my armor set,
There wasn't even a subtitle for when he said what.
now, if you could find the rest of my armor set I left out there, I'll repair it for you. Free of charge, even. Oh, I
He was so
actually-
stunned the game didn't even know.
Any dwarf can. I just didn't think you'd get my orb for me if you knew that. Sorry, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That made me giggle.
You were so cautious, brother.
Quiet.
He's right, Mimir. Show respect. The squeaky toy could have been the death of us all.
And it nearly was.
Do not laugh.
It's hard not to, brother.
Try.
Okay. Okay.
Squeaky death orb. Do not laugh. Alright. Did you rip her wings off? See, there's a lot of funny lines in this game.
Lady Freya. Mimir. My lady.
Shield maidens.
Blessed Thor. Have you found the traitor Gná yet, dear Freya?
She is no more.
See, I'll post the
Told you
see.
Freya would wreck that miserable...
Did you rip her wings off? Tell me you ripped her wings
No,
off.
surely you tore her spine
Sorry,
out from
hold
her
on.
back. Classic finish. It's what I would have done.
Freya was swift and just in her final assault.
Oh, ladies, if only you could have been there.
You will tell us the whole story.
Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna share this just in case. Okay, is this my saved version? I was like, can I just station mode? No. If I share it. Hold on. I just wanted to share it with you guys, but now I might be messing it up. Oh wait, I already sent you the link. Hold on, I can just copy it from here. Duh. Okay. Copy message link. There's nope, never mind. That's just a channel. What the hell? Just show me that link. Yes, take me there. Okay, whatever. Yeah, copying this. If you're interested in doing your own tier list, I will post that in the chat. But I'm gonna go figure out. I'm probably gonna warm up some chicken and stuff for dinner. Figure out what I'm doing. But that was a good little discussion stream, discussing our Norse mythology adventures, reviewing.
Good.
But yeah. Let's see what the next adventure is. What did you sent Pepe hands? Uber smoke Pepe hands. Okay. I don't use emotes enough. All right. Probably gonna take Roscoe outside too if he hasn't gone out yet. All right. I will let you guys know if I'm gonna. Well, I mean, you still gotta see if I'm gonna go live again, but I'll probably stream tomorrow if I get a chance. It was fun, and I appreciate your help, all the extra information and stuff. Because yeah, the last tier list took longer than we planned because I was adding on information along the way. So you shortened that time a lot, Rick. Appreciate you. And yeah, we'll do more tier lists and reviews and stuff in the future for other games, even if they're not mythological based. You know, there are other characters and creatures and stuff in here. So keep working on our tier listing skills. But all right, see you guys.